Hey, what's going on out there, gamers? This is Squirrely here. Thank you so much for joining me as always. I don't know about you guys, but for myself personally, I get really excited and amped up whenever we finally get a TF2 update. Not only because, it's great for the community, it boosts the morale, people are in a better mood, there's definitely more people playing and unboxing. It's just a great time in general to be online playing TF2 whenever we get any update of any size, really. It's a good thing for everyone, for casual, for traders, for everybody. But definitely during this last update, if you're like me and you're a trader, you want to see what are the cool new hats, what are the cool new unusual effects. Anything that comes out, the first thing I'm thinking at least is, what's the new god tier thing? What's the new theme? Is there a new hat and a new unusual that's going to make a really, really cool theme that collectors are going to want? Because oftentimes, there's one or two really, really high tier things that come out. Collectors gobble them up. They get sold once or twice, and then they're gone forever, and you never get to see them. So if you guys have checked out my last videos showcasing the new unusual effects and kind of what came out and my thoughts on them, there was a couple pretty themed hats that I was just waiting for whenever these things are going to finally be unboxed. And in this video, if you don't want to cheat and skip to the end, I'm going to showcase an unusual that was finally unboxed. I'm so happy that it was. It's one of the coolest, sickest themes that I've seen in a very, very long time. I'm glad that it finally happened because I've been scouring and looking through, classifieds, marketplace, private profiles and backpacks and everything, waiting for this item to be unboxed because I think it's one of the best, coolest themes out there in the entire game that we have so far. And it's finally been unboxed, so I will showcase that with you guys and talk a little bit more about it. If you guys don't know already, a really easy way to see what cool new unusuals are being unboxed right after an update is to look on the Steam Community Market. So if you go over here, just do a search, go through these filters over here. I'm going to open up the advanced menu. So all I have is I went to TF2, I did the drop down, I picked the Summer 2020 Cosmetic Collection, put it to Cosmetic, that way it'll filter out other things in case there's weapons or just general things, and I set it to Unusual. So if I do a search here, this will show me all the new items that are just in this case, and you can kind of get an idea of what's popular, how many are getting unboxed. You can see here, this one is, a higher tier. It's a higher grade. It's strange, so very, very few of them are boxed. If you do the opposite, you can see, some of these other lower tier ones, a lot more are being unboxed. But this will give you an idea of how many are being unboxed, what's popular, how they're doing in general. And then also you can open it up. Like, let's look on here and get an idea. So actually Cloud9, not a bad effect. This person's asking for 112. You can see how many have been unboxed as well. You can see, so maybe this one's not a bad deal. Cloud9's a decent effect. It's definitely gotten more popular over time. And, this is an assassin grade hat, which is pretty cool. The most expensive one is some of the newer effects, it looks like. And also you can see on here, you can look at all the different ones that have been sold. So this is a really good idea of just kind of getting a gauge for the market, what's out there, how they're doing. But now that unusuals have been out long enough, you have a trade hold for 1 week. You can't trade them when you unbox them. So after the update, no one can trade anything for a week. You're just sitting around. But what you can do now is go to the classifieds and do a search and see all the cool items in here. So I just looking at some of the more expensive ones. There's been some really, really nice unusuals unboxed. As of now, no one knows the price of anything. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of like the Wild West. Whenever there's an update, no one knows the price. No one knows how rare anything is going to be or what's going to be God tier or high tier. So people are kind of just taking a guess. I mean, you can look at the classifieds and the buy orders to kind of get an idea, but usually people are super lowballing you on there. But here's just a list of some of the ones, the more expensive ones that are out right now. Let's take a look at one that I think is maybe the coolest. Let me refresh it to see if there's any new ones. So I'm doing a search here. This is for the bread crab. This is an all-class hat. I forgot there's actually, I think, 2 all-class hats. But this one is a cool-looking hat. It's super themed. It's got Half-Life. It's got TF2. It's got bread. It's got everything in it. This one is crazy rare. I have not seen any of these on the Steam Community Market pop up, unfortunately. I've only seen them in here. Earlier, though, I think it was yesterday, there was a couple more. So it looks like they've either been sold or people took them off there. But I haven't seen anywhere else for sale. They've only been available on the classified so far. The only theme I can think of with this is maybe Bee Swarm, because it's like rotten bread and there's bees and flies circling around it. But take a look at this, 500 keys. He's looking for this one. It's actually the cheapest one. It's strange and it's Bee Swarm, so that's pretty cool. I think this hat, depending on what effect you get with it, could be probably the most expensive hat in the entire bunch with this update. However, when it comes to themes, I was really, really looking forward to if someone would finally unbox a Burning Flames version of the Firefighter. So this is probably the sickest hat in my opinion that came out with the update. It's amazing. Obviously, if you play Street Fighter, know Street Fighter. This is the evil Ryu Street Fighter. This guy's like on fire. He's possessed. He's just evil. He's just full of rage and anger. And, maybe this is part of the Pyro lore for TF2, how he's kind of like a psychopath, but he acts all nice. But a gorgeous looking hat. You can see on here, it comes in different versions. It's paintable. You can paint the hair, or you can paint the bandana. Tons of different sets. You can make like an actual ninja with it or a scary Pyro. It's just a really, really beautiful hat in general. It just looks cool. You know, it looks like a ninja. There's so many different fun things you can do with it. But burning flames on this hat is like an instant no-brainer. It's like god tier, beautiful, perfectly themed. It has a reference to Street Fighter, and even the name of it, right? They called it the Firefighter. But this is not the only item that is Street Fighter themed or has a reference to Street Fighter. If you think about the most expensive item in all of TF2, the Burning Team Captain is also from Street Fighter. If you think about it, it's from M. Bison. So there's another item. This is another throwback to Street Fighter, which I think is pretty cool. So every day I was doing my research, I was doing my hunting, I was looking for the Burning Flames version of this hat whenever it finally came out, and I found it. It has been unboxed. I'm going to show you the guy's backpack on here. You can look what I found on here. A Burning Flames Firefighter. This is awesome. This is beautiful. And I have a surprise for you guys because guess what? It's in my backpack. Yes, you heard me right. For some reason, I got lucky. Somehow I found it and was able to grab it before anyone else did. And I'm just going to spill the beans. I got it off the Steam Community Market, and the guy unboxed it probably today or the day before, depending on whenever you watch this video. And I just jumped on before anyone else can find it. Now, I think I got a good deal for it because this hat and this effect and this kind of theme has the potential to go for ridiculous amounts. Even if more get unboxed, say 2 or 3 or 4 get unboxed, it has the potential that people who really love Pyro or collectors, they love these themes and they might just buy them and never sell them. They will pay whatever it takes, and they will, eventually they goes into the right hands and they're just never up for sale again. That's kind of the potential these hats have because they're so cool and they're so themed, and people will just die to make sets for these. I mean, think about the unusuals you can wear with this, the taunts, unusual weapons you can wear with this, and the professional kits. Like, you can make one of the coolest, best themes in the entire game. And I don't know about you guys, but have you ever had an unusual or a hat or a weapon or whatever it is that you just like so much, it just feels so cool and so special to you that it makes you change how you play completely? Like maybe you start playing a different class. That's kind of the effect this has on me. I think it's such a sick looking hat. It's such an amazing theme, and that it's paintable, and there's so many cool ninja outfits and different things you can do with it. I'm like, hey, you know what? I might start playing Pyro a little bit, which is funny because I almost never, ever, ever play Pyro, like ever. Probably it's like one of my top 2 or 3 least played class, and I only play with like MVM or I'm just trolling or whatever like that. So that's the kind of effect this has on me. I don't know about you guys, if there's an unusual weapon or a hat or a change to a weapon or just anything out there, which once you got it, you're like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to use this. I kind of want to enjoy it and show it off and be proud. So that's the effect this hat has had on me. And for once, I'm like, I actually might play Pyro. That's how much I like this new effect, and this new hat is so cool looking. Let me know what you guys think this hat is worth. What should I actually price it for if I end up selling it? And definitely also let me know if you guys have ever gotten a new hat or a weapon or a gift from a friend that made you play differently, made you try a different class, try a different game mode, try a different playstyle, whatever it is. I think that's one of the best parts of TF2 is there's so many ways to enjoy the game and to fall in love with it that this is something new for me. It's like, hey, I might start playing Pyro again because I enjoy this that much. So let me know if you guys have ever had that experience where you tried playing TF2 differently just because of an item in the game. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Hopefully I will run into all of you soon in casual. We can do a screenshot together, and maybe I'll be sporting my new Burning Flames Pyro set. And definitely keep a lookout for the next video. Join the Squirrely Squad, the Steam group down below if you have not already, to get notified of new videos and giveaways and all that fun stuff. And thanks for the support. We are getting close to 20,000 subs. We'll definitely do a Q&A, so get your questions ready and do a little celebration. So have a good one. Keep a lookout for the next video. And until then, peace.
Yikes. Damn it.
That will teach him!